battle of the late breakers, and Elite Risk gets it.
Not a late break, Money Warriors not going to give us up without a good fight.
Oh dear me. Oh, and look at that! Peg Dorniak and Charlie going at it, man. Go on. Side by side to the last corner, who's going to get the better traction, race on the better line? It's going to be a drag race to the finishing line. Good evening everyone and welcome back to 7th Gear Racing. We're in the middle of race week 8. We're back at Silverstone for Tier 2. After last week's results, Fitzy extends his lead at the top of the table, now finding himself 20 points ahead of Jake. Just me in the comms box again tonight, so apologies in advance. Back to Silverstone then. 26 laps, 2 DRS zones, 18 of the most famous corners in the world. Hopefully it stays dry tonight and we'll get some proper DRS overtakes. But you never know at circuit like Silverstone. There's are your previous winners from previous Tier 2 iterations. Action zone. So once again, just like yesterday, into Brooklands, into turn 6 at the end of the first DRS zone. And the other one to highlight, of course, will be into Stoke at the end of a second DRS straight. It will be difficult this year because you only go down to 7th or 6th gear this year. We're previously down to 5th. So we'll see what the boys and girls have in store for us tonight. So, qualifying has started, as you can see. I think it's the Alpine who is setting a fast, who's going to be first. Where is it? Come on, show me a triangle. There you go. It's Fusion Gamer, who came second last week in Spain. Prepared himself up the standings. The Tier 2 table is looking rather tasty. We'll share that with you a bit later. But yeah, as I said, Fitzy is currently in control. 20 points of Jake. And Vision is 6 points off Jake with some work to do. And there's a big gap down to Aros in 54 points. So we'll see what everyone can come up with tonight. Let's see how confident they are tonight. Oh yeah, fully full throttle for Fusion there. But, no easy step in for Fusion, and he's got cars in the way. Thankfully they're just about out of the way, but hopefully they didn't distract him too much. And there you go, Fusion for 26.2. Decent lap. Who's going to come in second? So it was the Mr. Big Boy himself, but he's invalidated, so he won't be sent on a lap. We've got a lot of people on laps here, so we're going to get caught by someone. How's David and Cooper doing? He is almost completed his lap. Vaughan goes second. That's a poor lap from him. He'll be wanting to go a lot faster than that. And David goes fourth. Got times coming in. Where's Visions? He's down there. Is Jake on a lap? He is. A purple sector 2. Jake's been good in qualifying this year. Get down to 6th. Just running wide. Fitz currently on provisional pole and he's taking it off Fusion. Paloma finds herself in P2. And Jake rounds the last bend and it's provisional pole. 25.7. That's not far off the Tier 1 pole time. I think Tier 1 was a 25.0. If I remember correctly. So some good pace. A good early pace from the Tier 2 guys, I should say. A lot of invalidations. What about Visions? He goes P2. Just behind Jake with 25.8. The top 3 separated by just over or just under 0.2 of a second. Paloma will hopefully be the third person, or fourth person I should say, to maybe crack the 125s. Well, Mr. Ember, how's he doing? New to my eyes. See what kind of lap time he can do. Yellow helmet in a Ferrari, things you love to see. And he does a 127.1, which puts him P10. Mash is going slow, he won't be doing well. What about Mr. Chaos? What does he do? P10. So I think all over your face is going to be the next driver to set a competitive lap. Zeno, after last night's shenanigans, finds himself P6 in Tier 2. And although they face a slow one, down in 14th, he'll want to do much better than that. Adam hits set a lap, as it was the big boy. Mash is coming back in the pits. Aros is on the out lap, so is Vision out again? No, he's on his in lap. So we'll go with Aros, shall we? Currently fourth in the standings. Oh, and Aston Martin is retired somewhere. He's retired in the pits. Not sure where he's retired, but he is no longer taking part in the session. Okay, let's have a lap on board then with the Red Bull driver. Ooh, bit wide there. Not hugging the apex too much. Let's see if he goes flat out through Cops. Has he got the confidence in the car? He does, you know, keeps it in the white lines as well. Let's see his gears around here. Full throttle all the way through. Down to 7th. Down to 5th gear. Quick back up to the 6th. DRS left open. Down the hanger straight. Approaching Stowe corner. See down to 6th for Alros. Looking like a solid lap to be fair. Nice clean lap. Power down. And he goes P9, just behind his teammate by about a tenth of a second. So good effort there from Aros. Right, is anyone on a fast start? I think David Cooper has just started one. Well, what can Vaughan do? Obviously, we know he needs to go a lot faster than he did previously. Currently, bottom of the people with set a time so far. But he does do a purple sector 2. That is definitely something he'll be wanting to see. Oh, and he invalidates, doesn't he, going through cops? That is failed. That's 2 sets of tyres burnt now for Vaughan. What about Adam? You know he'll be quite good. Right, Mr. MFG filling in for the Haas tonight. Can he get anywhere near his teammate Zeno? Oh, he struggled those curves. Bit of a late break. 127.4, so that puts him above Vaughan. Alright, on board with Adam. What can Adam do? We know Adam's got the pace when he wants to. What kind of lap can he put in tonight? Can he put that AlphaTauri anywhere in near the top 10? His teammate currently sits in P7. I know, has he been locking up? I think I can see flat spots on his tyres. And goes P4, a very good lap, a 26.0. Very good lap indeed. So who's next then? Oh, hang on. Dolphin's gone P3. Wow, that's come out of nowhere. Another Dolphin track by the looks of it. So Lenny must be licking his lips. Potential double points coming in for tonight. No one is currently beating Jake. Jake is currently up though. Improve his time. He was slightly up. Can he go faster? He does by half a tenth for 27.734 now. I think Visions will want to improve more. He is up, but he's not up enough to dethrone Jake from that provisional pole at the moment. So yeah, last night's pole was a 25.0. So currently 7 tenths off. As oh look at that, Mash makes it a McLaren 1-2. Turn up for the books. Oh, and Visions, he calls it off. Not liking it. Finley down in 12th, bit of a surprise. I think he'll want a lot better than that. David and Kubas, he's given up. Zeno's up by less than half a tenth. I think this will be the time where key people will be looking to start their final runs. Is Fitz in the fast one? He is, so we'll just stay with Fitz, shall we? Let's see what he can do. Oh, there you go. Sorry, Fitz has invalidated. I was looking at the board to check out the weather. So it does look like we do have a dry race in store for us. And as I said, everyone gearing up for their final run. So we'll stay on board with Adam. This will likely be his last attempt. Although he probably does just about have enough time to get back. But he's got to be quick if he wants to. Currently 2 attempts up. That will put him near the top of the table. Oh, and he's lost it. Oh, he's absolutely binned it. Luckily no damage, but that is another set of tyres gone for Adam. So luckily for him, there is enough time to get in and get out again. Who will be the first to leave the pit? So Fusion is on his out lap. He will be the first person to set his final fastest lap. So we'll ride on board with the reigning Tier 2 champion. After looking through Sector 1, he's up by just under a tenth. It's a good start by Fusion. He is only 5 tenths off the lead. So a tenth here and there will be absolutely crucial. Making the track as short as possible. Will he stay flat out through cuts? He does. Can he keep it in the white lines? He does. Squeaky bum time. There we go. Negotiate it well down the hanger straight then. A tenth up. It's only really good enough to make him up go one position. Here we go, then round the final corner. What can Fusion do? It's a good attempt. Not quite in the 25s, but a P6 for Fusion then. Decent lap indeed. What about Paloma? She's found herself down in P9 now. She's going to want to put a good lap in. Right. Sector 2 coming up, and she's down by 7 tenths. Oh dear, Paloma is not having a good qualifying night, is she? She is currently beating her teammate, of course. But the good news for Paloma is she can go again. There's enough time, and she's got the battery. What about her teammate then? Her teammate needs to get off the bottom, doesn't he? How's he looking through Sector 2? 2 tenths up, it's not doing. Vaughan is, unless the timesheets are lying, he's not having a good night tonight, is he? Will he start last? Will he pull in? No, he navigates past the McLaren. And Vaughan will come around the final corner. And he does a 26.3, so only good enough for P13. He will not like that one bit. We've just seen Jake across the line. He just started his final lap. His teammate is just ahead. Visions is a little bit closer. Where's Dolphin? Dolphin's just started and Fitz just started there. So everyone has literally just started their lap. So, you know, looks like he's a bit further forward. No, he's not. Everyone is really... So I think it was Visions who's going to be the first person to set a lap in terms of who's going to be near the front, unless one of those Red Bulls can get up there, which of course is not out of the realms of possibility. So no Red Bulls catching at the moment then. So yeah, Finley's P7, Paloma P8, Williams P9. Look how dirty that Mercedes is. He's only done a couple of laps. And what can Vision do? Can he take provisional pole off the McLarens? He cannot. He goes slower. He cannot improve. And looks like Mash isn't improving either. So he doesn't. He stays second. Can Jake improve? He does. A 25.4. The guy who said he's not fast around this track. And Zeno goes P2. And Fitz goes P3. So I was about to say we got a Haas sandwich in the McLarens, but now and Dolphin as well. So Mash goes from P2 to P5 in a matter of seconds, and that grid is shaping up nicely. Looks very decent. Right then. Let's go through the qualifying order. So, not for the first time this year, Jake finds himself in pole position. Can he convert it to a win? Joining on the front row, Real B Zeno, on with Dolphin in P3 and Fitz in P4. We've got Mash and Visions lining up on the third row of the grid with Fusions and Finley behind them. On the fifth row, we've got Paloma in the first Alpha with Winnets just behind her in P10. And then outside the top 10, we've got Adam, David and Kuba, Alros, Chaos, Vaughn, who will be very disappointed with that, All Over Your Face, Ember, MFG, and Big Boy and Hamilton not setting a time. Right, we shall see what time our Lord and Saviour Jake says we're going. Will probably be a couple of minutes, and then I'll put the standings up. So we're going at 20:58, so I shall quickly put the standings, and I shall be back in a few minutes. The battle of the late breakers, and a late risk gets it.
Not a late break. Bloody Warriors not going to give us up without a good fight.
Oh dear me. Oh, and look at that. Hey, Dorniak and Charlie going at it. And Blue on. Front off over the last corner, who's going to get the better traction, race on the better line. It's going to be a drag race to the finishing line. It's 20:58, so we shall be ready for lights out very, very soon. Unfortunately, there is no warning, like most years, so we usually do it when there's about 2 lights out already. Hopefully, one day we'll get a working Formula 1 game. Here we go then. 2, 3, 4. We have 5 red lights, and it's lights out, and away we go. Another very long pause there. Here we go, and now on Hamilton's. It was Hamilton this time to get the jump start. It was thinking last night, wasn't it? Here we go. Then looks like the front two have stayed as you were. Zeno looking to take the lead, and he has. Looks like different tyre strategy from last night. Obviously, last night was completely wet, so first time we're going to see dry strategies. But no real winners or losers at the moment, apart from Chaos, who has just spun. Oh dear. And MFG's had a bit of a slow start as well. Other than that, no one. He got a couple of guys up 3 positions, but at the front we have Zeno. So the game predicts a one-stop strategy, the hard to mediums. Let's have a quick look to see what everyone is doing. So there, we got Adam on the softs. The only person running on the softs. Everyone else is either on the hard or the medium. So we'll keep the positions on just for now. Just to give us a little indication of how everyone is doing. Look at that, ARS Hamilton up 6 places from his from starting last. So a hard to medium or a medium hard. That is what the game suggests. So I imagine it'll be people doing medium hards. Run on board with Fitzy as Jake looks to retake the lead, and he does, going into Vale. And I'll tell you what, that was. Woo! He went through to you, and I thought that was going to be a nasty accident. But the game seems to fix itself, so that's okay. Let's just take that off so we get a better view. Lap 2 then. Everyone's still pretty much keeping up. Vaughan really not having a good time. Look, he's already falling outside the DRS. We've got Hamilton and Big Boy in the pits. Hamilton, of course, does have that drive-through. And Big Boy will likely have damage. There we go. And Mash has re-overtaken Adam. But Adam does have those soft tyres, so expect to see some movement. And we've got a spinner. It's David and Kuba. He's lost a bit of wing. And I think the Williams driver, Finley, was unable to react in time. And I think both drivers will now have damage. And that is going to be an absolute bummer for those guys, because I think they were both on the harder tyre. And now they're going to have to put the softer tyre on, as Paloma looks like she's got the better of Fusion at the moment. All over your face has also kind of fallen off, and now he's coming under pressure from Paloma. That car looks dirty as well. What has been going on with these cars today? Paloma up into P8 then. Nice and easy, as you like. Even without DRS and Winnitz and Aros. Aros looking to recover some positions from the start. And he's done well to get up into P10. DRS is finally enabled on lap 3. Let's have a look then. Will Jake be able to make a move on Zeno? We know this street is a little bit short. So I think now it's just about thingy. And we've got a yellow flag. Is that on the pit straight? Is someone spun on the pit straight? I think Chaos is having a nightmare by the looks of it. And nope, Jake not able to get close as it stands. I mean, it shows you, I'm just thinking, it shows you the pace between the current Tier 1 and Tier 2 drivers. Jake was absolutely struggling last night. I think he'll be the first to admit he's not a fan of the circuit, but here we go. Tier 2, and he is near the front. Where's Vision and all this? I haven't seen Visions. He is down in P5. Another driver on the hard tyres. Who's on the... So Mash is the first driver on softs. Everyone else is on the hards. Adam, of course, on the softs. How long will he last? How long will his tyres last before they go off the cliff? Here he goes, down the straight. Couldn't get him into Stowe, but when he go around the outside around Vale, he's going to have a look, you know, and he does, and he pulls it off on a magnificent move there, does Adam. And this time it's the AlphaTauri going through, and not the Mercedes. But will Visions won't like that one, but and he's tagged him. And he's gone for a spin. And I think Visions may have just got a little bit too close. And he has done a spinneroonie and now finds himself outside the points. Back to the action at the front then. Paloma has now got past Mash using the DRS. I think actually Mash is falling back here. He's now coming under attack from all over your face. Has Mash got damage? He is dropping like a lead balloon here, isn't he? Does he have damage? I can't see any from here. Has he lost an end plate? Is that his right front? Yeah, he's lost his right front end plate. So he's hit someone, has Mash. And that is not good, because he's losing all that downforce. And he's got to be careful not to hit Vaughan, who suddenly has come to life in this race. and finds himself in the points. And he's got to be careful, Mash, not to collide with Winnitz. And Winnitz takes the last points playing position. Right, Jake, does he go from move to Zeno into the Vale? No, he does not. In fact, it's Aros making moves in the Red Bull, making up for a poor qualifying position. And look at that, the Alpha Tower is currently P4 and P5. Will Dolphin let him through? We've got another yellow flag. Is that a mistake? Is that Visions? Has he spun trying to... Oh dear, Visions. He is not having a good time. What was I going to say? Is Dolphin going to let Visions through? Because obviously... Sorry, Adam through. Because Adam currently on the soft tyres. He needs to make use of them while they're still good. The question is, how long do they last? Because look at that, even now it looks like he is struggling to stay with these hard tyre runners. It is getting tight up the top. It looks like Fitzy may well have decided it's time to make a move on Jake. You know, Jake's sitting pretty behind Zeno. And Fitzy, I think, will be looking to take advantage of any kind of lapse in concentration from Jake. And here we go, look at that, taking a tighter line. Will he be able to... No, look at that, Jake with some serious straight line speed. Now, will the Alpha Towers really swap? No, because Adam is nowhere near his teammate. Not going to break his own. And Paloma now come under attack from Aros, but Paloma does keep P7, P6, sorry, and Vaughn up into P8 now. Ooh, we almost had a... that was almost a car crash there, wasn't it? But luckily for Vaughn, Olivia Face decided to eject himself from that, and he lives to fight another day. I'm sure everyone in the audience will need a new pair of pants after that one. Wonder if Vaughn knows how close he came to the end, as Vision now 8 seconds off, over 11 seconds off the points, and Aros and Paloma, looks like Aros is up now. Aros on those hard tyres, of course. I believe Paloma is now the first runner on the mediums. It was Mash, but obviously Mash having to pit with that damage is now down in P19. Fusion down in P18 as well. He obviously had an early scuffle, didn't he? Hamilton had his drive-through down in P14. MFG doing well there in P13, holding his own. So Adam, look, you can see already. Look at that, he's a second off his time. Those softs really not enjoying themselves. And look at that, Jake's gone past Zeno, but Zeno looks like he's going to get a better run into Vale here. Is he going to go around the outside of the McLaren? He is, but I think Jake knows exactly where to position that car. Will he make it? Whoa. Jake once again with some great defensive driving. That's how you do it, kids. And Fitzy once again just watching and waiting for any kind of mistake from these two. I think right now, as Big Boy gets a 3-second penalty for the track extensions. Yeah, Fitzy, you can see, has saved his battery. All three front drivers have saved the battery quite well, to be fair. And I guess it's going to be a case who blinks first. Will they go to lap 13 and pit? Will they all pit on the same lap? Will they... Will they all pit in the same lap? Will they go for the overcut? Will they try and go for the undercut? Now Adam looks like he's found a little bit of pace this time. Does that mean his soft tyres have come alive again? Will Adam be trying to go? Will he try and go to lap 11 or 12? And is this Dolphin letting him by? It is. I'm a bit surprised, really. Considering the speed we saw of Adam, it looks like I think he's hoping that he's got a lap or two left of life in those tyres. But Zeno has retaken the lead. I'm sure you saw the leaderboard change. And now it's Zeno's turn to lead a lap. How long for? See how close these guys get. Is Jake going to make a move into Brutlands? He's thinking about it. But Zeno goes deep. We've got another yellow flag. It's the Aston Martin again, but this time it's Chaos rather than Big Boy. And nothing happened for Jake this time. He's got to stay close. Through Mags and Beckett's, he's got to survive the dirty air. You can see the difference between qualifying and race. In qualifying, they'll flat out through there. But now they have to do a lift and do a gear change, as you saw there. Now, Jake, 3/10 behind. Is he close enough to have a go? He's fallen back a little bit, so I don't think he'll be able to do this particular lap. But you can see the closing speed of the McLaren. And you can see the AlphaTauris have swapped again. I think Dolphin was happy with Adam's pace. We've got another yellow flag. But this time it's the other Aston Martin. The Aston Martins are not having a great race. Poe is going to be tearing what hair he has left out of his scalp. There we go. Zeno, Jake, Fitz, followed by Dolphin and Adam. The top 5 all very close. And Aros, keep an eye on him. Wily old fox, Mr. Aros. He's doing well right now. He is bringing a Paloma along with him. Top load are sitting in, and I have to say Vaughan's doing very well. Considering how off the pace he was in qualifying, I think he'll be happy with P8 right now. Already a face, of course, almost wiped out Vaughan. Finds himself in P9 still. But under attack from the leader Mercedes, that is Winnets. And of course, we do have some Winnets fans in the chat. Let's ride on board and see if he can do anything about the Alpine in front. There you go. Looks like Oliver's got a bet house Vettel and Winnets. Both very two different lines through there. Both neither line looked particularly great. But here we go. Here comes Winnets. Look at that for ease. Candy from a baby. And Winnets is up into P9 now. And this time, Adam's in the pits. So 9 laps the softs lasted. That could be some good info for the guys, just in case there's a late safety car. Now, will he go mediums or will he go hards to the end? That is the next question. He'll come out behind the Ferrari of Hamilton, I imagine. But he's also got that penalty as well, hasn't he? Or has he? I don't know. The car just disappeared. And now we've got a stuck view. Let's run on board with MFG. There you go. Look, he's passed him. And that Fusion, no, Fusion won't get him. So there you go. Adam comes out in P14 on the medium tyres. So expect another stop from Adam. He might be going medium soft, medium softs, but given how I think they all pretty much did 3 runs in quali, I'm not too sure how much they'll have left. But we're back with the leaders here, as Zeno still finds himself in the lead. They have dropped Dolphin, haven't they? Dolphin struggling to keep up, and Aros is so close. And there you go. Jake goes for the lead of the Grand Prix. Jake's turn to lead a couple of laps. The next question is, can he get close to Dolphin? Who is the first medium runner? The first medium runner is still Paloma. Paloma and Vaughan, both on the medium tyres, as is Winnets, of course. Vision's struggling to make any inroads. It's a bit surprising for him, because we know how fast he can be. And Aros now finds himself in the DRS. No, he does not. I was going to say he could maybe pull himself a bit closer to the AlphaTauri. And there you go, he does get the DRS. He deploys it, and will he actually be able to make up any time, because he managed to get outside of the second, didn't he? And he's got... doesn't have a lot of battery to play with either, does he? to see what ours can do. Alright, let's join the leaders again, shall we? Because it looks like we're in for another potential overtake. As Zeno gets close through Magnus and Beckett's. Is he close enough to have a look? He is. Look at the overspeed he gets, and Jake moves to the inside, but not really able to do much. Chaos retires in the pits. That's his miserable evening coming to an end. And David and Kuba, is he... David and Kuba, has he lagged out? Odd. I'm sure it will set itself back up. Not too sure where he is at the moment. He's behind the Ferrari of... Is that Ember? It is. So I think David and Kuba is in P11. Hope the game will sort itself out soon. As the top three continue to pull away from Dolphin, Alros is now firmly in that DRS range. Paloma has, of course, now fallen back a little bit. Those medium tyres starting to feel a bit old, and you can hear even with Alros there on the hard tyres, you can hear the traction and how much it's struggling. I have to say, almost halfway. I thought I'd see more penalties by now, so good job on these guys staying in the white lines. Adam is did Adam set the fastest lap? He hasn't. His fastest lap was what's he gone? 1:29.6. So even on those new mediums, he's not really making much impression, is he? Is Adam? As we as the leaders have now started lap 13. The top three closer than ever here. Fitzy might have tried something in turn one, but he falls against it. We do kind of get the feeling that if Fitzy can get past these two, then he may well end up pulling away, and he's very close to the back of Jake. And is he going to have a look into Woodcote? He does. He takes P2. Is Jake going to give up? No, he's side by side of him. They're going to go around the outside now, does Fitzy. And Jake, with the inside line, is able to keep the position. And Fitzy, even though gets the power down, is unable to retake it. It's a bit too far back to have a look here. But I think he senses... Oh, he's gone wide, and he'll be lucky not to get a warning for that. We've got another yellow flag. I think it's the Ferrari this time. Is it Hamilton? I think it might be. And there you go. You can see what a little backland does. It takes it out of you, doesn't it? Aros now firmly behind Dolphin. Will he make a move here? Not quite close enough. But I said to watch out for Aros, didn't I? And he is slowly making his way back up the order. As, hang on, hello, Jake's, Fitzy has got, Jake's in the pits. There we go. Don't panic. So Jake going for the undercut then. He obviously thinks he's got a bit of a gap, because he probably will come out around, probably before Vision, so he may well have a nice gap to slot into. And you have to wonder, will these guys now blink? And Jake, he's actually come out. Will he come out? No, yes, there you go. So ahead of behind Ember. And I think Vision might get him actually. Yeah, Vision's got him. It's going to be very close on exit. But Visions has got him. And that is not going to be a good sight. And Adam, look at that. He's been on the mediums all that long. And he still didn't undercut Jake. So I'm not too sure Adam will be too happy with his pace, given how Jake has literally just come out in front of him. But we'll stay with the leaders now, just to see if they decide to pit or not. And actually, look at that. Zeno's actually managed to pull out a little gap. And he pits. Does fit? Yes, they do. So, question is, does Jake have enough of undercut? But the problem is, he's got that big fat part of the Mercedes in front of him. Will he be able to overtake him? Or will he have the saving grace of Visions? Will he pit? This is definitely what Jake would have not wanted. Will he ever look into Vale? He doesn't, and Vision stays out. That's not good. Let's have a look at Zeno then. Where does Zeno filter out? Jake is, of course, coming around the final corner now. Has he done enough? I think he might have, you know. It's going to be super close on next year. I think that Zeno has actually got him. So the overcut has worked lovely for Fitz. And Jake, look how close he is. Had he got past Vision, so he may well have actually been able to take the lead, but that slight delay of getting past Visions is now got him stuck behind the Mercedes driver, and Visions, who is yet to pit, has come into play, and he's gone very wide there as Adam looking to capitalise as well. Jake has now lost his net P2 to Fitzy, and he's got to be careful he doesn't get overtaken by Visions here, because Visions will take any opportunity he can to ruin your day if he can benefit himself. I think Jake has pretty much got it now. So now, for people watching that can type, who's your money on to win this race? Currently got an Alfa Romeo 1-2 until Paloma pits, and Vaughan will take the lead of the Grand Prix. And I'll tell you what, I would not have predicted that at the start of the race, given where he qualified. But there you go, Vaughan is in the lead, and he's done 15 laps on those mediums. Is he going medium soft? We'll see. But Fitzy is now in the lead. So I said earlier about Fitzy, is he getting ahead of these two and possibly pulling away? Can the cars behind, can they keep up with him? We've seen how dominant Fitzy can be when he's in the mood. As we've got cars toing and froing. Aros is out in front of Paloma, and he is still just behind Dolphin as well. And I'll tell you what, the undercut has definitely worked for Adam when it comes to his teammate. He's almost 8 seconds ahead. And Aros thinking about a move there, but decides against it. And Jake is he's fallen out. He's fallen out of it. He needs to use some of that battery to get back in it. And look at that, Fitzy is trying hard to pull away from Zeno, but Zeno is not having any of it here. This is a great battle. Hopefully it will last to the end. You never know. Zeno, of course, his 45th race tonight. He has only won one Grand Prix. He has taken the lead again, though. Fitzy has won 6 times. And just like that, Jake is currently behind. He's fallen out of the DRS zone. So Jake has got to get his boogie on if he wants to fight for the win. But having said that, I completely missed it. Fitzy has got a track extension penalty here. So, extra work then for the Williams driver. His teammate down in 18th. He's not going to be much help tonight, unfortunately. Paloma is currently P8. Pit stops. Let's have a quick look. Where are you? So the only person to not stop is Visions. He's definitely going for the softs, isn't he? So everyone has now made their stops. In terms of tyres, so obviously Visions will be pitting for the softs or mediums when he comes in. Probably the softs, given how Vaughan and Paloma are both on the softs. Everyone is now on the mediums. Here comes Fitzy again, though. Will he have a look? He have a look, but he falls against it, and they've dropped Jake by 2 seconds now. Jake must be absolutely ruined the day that he let Visions, that he came out behind Visions. Does Vision pit? He does. There you go. Let's see if that pace from extra few laps from Visions can get himself inside the points. Could be a tall order. But Visions is very quick, so don't rule it out. Adam, I wonder if he'll pit again, or will he be trying to take those mediums to the end? It's possible, but we'll see. So there you go, pull him up to P7 now. Vision's pit stop is complete, so I think he'll come out probably behind Ember. He will. But he will be on those softs. Those are mediums. Probably doesn't have enough, any good, doesn't have any good soft, does he? So mediums are probably the best bet, really, if he doesn't want his tyres to die. But there's David and Kuba being lapped. Fusion Gamer right down the bottom. He's having a bit of a nightmare tonight, isn't he? Same with Finney in that Williams mash, unable to get himself near the points after a brilliant qualifying. And Fitz has now fallen outside of the DRS. So are we now seeing Zeno take control of this race? The top three have finally been separated. And it's Zeno who is in control at the moment. And of course, right now, if it stays like this, Jake will jump Fitz into P2. Now, I think the people to watch will be Paloma and Vaughan, who are on the soft tyres, of course. Vaughan is just about ahead of All Over Your Face. We saw how quick the softs went off when Adam was using them, so these guys have got to make use of the grip while they have it. We'll watch the gap. It's 2.2, so we'll watch the gap to see if it comes down. Aros is, of course, now finally past Dolphin. And in P5, the current lead Red Bull driver. So right now, there isn't much track action going on, so we'll stay with Vaughan and All Over Your Face. Keep an eye on the gaps. Doesn't look like Paloma is making any dents into Dolphin, does it? Bit of a shame, that. It could have been a good finish. Right, so doesn't look like All Over Your Face is making much inroads, is he? But the key thing is he is keeping Vaughan ahead. He's keeping in touch. He might have a lot of battery left, but he's just about staying in the DRS zone. So there's not as much in terms of pace difference between the soft and the mediums. So maybe the mediums might be the better race tyre here. Visions is just about closing in on Ember. So 7 laps remaining then. Zeno still leads. Fizzy has dropped off by a second half. Jake and further 1.8 behind him. And Adam on the old medium tyres. Watch out for Adam at the end. See how much his pace drops. Will Aros be able to catch him? We'll compare lap times. That's it, let's do it now. Let's compare lap times now. So Adam, we'll see what kind of lap time he does. And then we'll see if Aros is indeed catching. A 30.4. So look at that. Oh, over a second a lap. So yes, Aros is indeed catching the AlphaTauri, and looks like 4th place is very much on for the Red Bull driver, and Adam has got, what, 5 and a bit laps now to hang on to that P4. Will be a very good race here. I mean, even if he gets P5 and P6, that'll be a very good result for AlphaTauri. I'm sure Lenny will be very satisfied with that. Looks like all over your face struggling to keep up now with Vaughan. How old are the tyres? 5 laps compared to 4, so still not too bad. Oh, and Hamilton's obviously had a bit of a spin somewhere. The game's given him 10 seconds. Bit of an odd one, but there you go. At the front, Zeno still leads now. The gap has increased. And Jake's got to be wary, otherwise he won't be able to get that 2nd place. And Fitzy, of course, does have that 20-point lead at the top. Hang on, here comes all over your face. Is he going to make a move around the outside of Vaughan? He does. But Vaughan, the late breaker, now into Vale. Will he make a move? No, he has a little weave. Does all over your face. That's pretty standard, right. We'll go on board with Alros, because Alros will now, well, not hopefully, I shouldn't say hopefully, should I? He will now be in striking range of Adam. And I'll tell you what, this will be a good drive from Alros. If you can get that top 4. Here Hamilton to the pits. He's had enough of the day. So we know 5 tenths isn't enough to get past. In terms of gap, we need about 3 tenths if Aros wants to make a move. Lap 22 then, 5 laps to go. The gap at the front is still 2 seconds. And Fitzy just needs another half second on Jake, and he gets to keep that P2. Jake will desperately want to finish that P2 just to crawl back some of the that point deficit at the top. And Aros is getting closer and closer to the back of the AlphaTauri. How defensive will Adam go? His tyres are a lot older, of course, don't forget. Here comes Aros, deploys the battery, DRS, and Adam just stays on the right-hand side and says, there you go, sir. Although, does he? Does he, though? Adam decides to fight it around the outside. He's going to have the inside line into Woodcote, and there you go. Aros, is, he takes that full position, but Adam's not giving up, is he? He's got the speed, but he thinks against making I mean, if you try and make a move at Red Bull in that corner, you know it's not going to end well. So how much grip has Adam got? So now it's just a case of hanging on, I guess. See if Aros can make any kind of inroads onto Jake. I think it's a bit too late right now. So I think unless anything happens, then I think Aros is pretty much guaranteed that 4th place. And no safety cars tonight either, so we've done well. Wait, have we had a safety car? No, we haven't had a safety car tonight, have we? So yeah, well done, guys. Doesn't look like there's been much in the way of track incidents. I'm sure there'll be something around that one, inevitably. But look at that, all over your face, still unable to... oh, dear me. As we go on board, he's very out of shape there. I think he's lucky to be pointed in the same direction after that. So, any on-track battles? No. So, I don't think Adam's going to get Aros, but He is the closest. I think all over his face. I think he's got the pace on Vaughan, but for whatever reason he can't quite get past him. Who has the fastest lap? Zeno. So a full 26 points on for Zeno tonight if he can keep it. He's got a yellow flag. It's a McLaren. Is that Mash again? Is it? It is. I thought it was Jake for a second then. I was going to get a little bit worried. But I'm surprised that Dolphin hasn't made more inroads really into Adam. Julia face really close to the back of Vaughan now. If he can be able to make the move, he's got 2 laps to do it. He's got 4 DRS zones. Neither driver has much battery to play with, so I mean, if you're all over your face, surely you've got to try and save some of that battery. Maybe use it for the final lap. Probably going to be the only way he's going to get past Vaughan. It looks like Jake is, I think Fitzy must have made a mistake because he is now 4.5 seconds behind Zeno and Jake is now 1.5 behind. So it looks like second place does have Jake's name on it. Is that mashing the pits? It is. Here we go then. Is this the moment that all over your face decides this is it? Oh, he's got very close to the back of Vaughan. Don't use the battery this lap. Oh, he's using it, he's using it. He's going to make a move though, isn't he? Which way will he go? He goes up the inside. Vaughan closes the door as much as he can. Go down the inside of Woodcote. And all over your face all has the position for now. And they've got to be careful because Winnitz has now entered the battle for P8. And with both drivers very low on ERS. But all over your face, who has been stuck behind Vaughan for as long as I can remember, finally has him. We are on the final lap of the race now, so Zeno doesn't have far to go before collecting his second race, his second win in 7GR. But now, will Vaughan have a look? Will Vaughan decide he wants that? Well, I say that. I always forget that all over his face has got that penalty. And Finley's got another... Oh, no, sorry, that's Finley. It's Finley got a penalty, not Fitzy. I forgot all over your face had the penalty. So, he will probably fall down to P10 or does all over your face. So he's got to get a move on if he wants to keep it. But while this is going on, we will ride on Zeno. He's had a very, very good race tonight. And the pit stops made it for him, really. And he's pulled away. And Zeno crossed the line to take a very well-deserved victory. A very well-driven victory. A fantastic result for him and the Haas team. Fitzy comes home in second with Jake. Oh my God, that's a race ban. Jake takes P2. Aros will come home in P4. Adam, a very good P5 with the soft-medium strategy. Dolphin will come home in P6. Visions will get a point. He will get more points because he got no penalties. And all over your face, after all that, he is down. He's after all that. He misses out on points by half a second. And Visions, who was obviously had that really bad... He had that bad start, didn't he? Now finds himself in the points. And we're just waiting for MFG to cross the line, I believe. And we can go through the official race results. Is he out of fuel? I think he's out of fuel. That is why it's taking so long. There we go then. The slowest line cross you'll see. That's Silverstone. Takes the curve nicely. And there is Jake's abandoned car. And there we go then. Driver day towards Aros by the game, and I have to agree, I think Aros did very well tonight. And so before we get to the results, as I said, a very, very well-deserved win for Zeno. It's been coming, and he finally has his second win in 7GR. Jake and Fitzy joining him on the podium. So then, here is your race results for the Tier 2 Silverstone Grand Prix. Zeno takes the win and fastest lap, maximum points for him, 26 points. Jake is P2 and Fitzy rounding off the podium. Aros a very, very good P4. Adam with a great strategy to see him in P5. Ahead of his teammate Dolphin, who finishes P6. Paloma is P7. Visions P8 after a terrible start. Visions in the second Mercedes is P9 with Vaughan rounding off the top 10. And then we have all over your face Ember, Fusion Gamer, Finley, and MFG was the last of the classified runners. And the DNFers we've got Mash, Big Boy, David and Kuba, Hamilton, and Chaos. Alright then, folks. That is what they call a wrap. It's been a pleasure as always. If you've enjoyed tonight, please make sure you're with us tomorrow as we return for some Tier 3 action. I'm sure it will be as entertaining as it was tonight. And if you can't make tomorrow, then please join us next week. I believe it will be Jake in the box as I'm away. We're heading off to Singapore in the Marina Bay Street Circuit. That will be... I'm very gutted to miss that race, I have to admit. I do like that circuit. So, as I always say, if you've made it this far, you are a bloody hero. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you again soon. Bye-bye. This is the battle of the late breakers, and a late risk gets it.
Got the late break. Buddy War's not going to give us up without a good fight.
Oh dear me. Oh, and look at that! Peg Dorniak and Charlie going at it. Go on. Front by side to the last corner, who's going to get the better traction, race on the better line. It's going to be a drag race to the finishing line.